pop star who had it all, but ended up fighting for his life with the chance he may never walk again. One Life follows Brian Harvey in 10 minutes here on BBC One Northern Ireland, after an update from Crimewatch, with Nick Ross and Fiona Bruce.
Welcome to Crimewatch Update. We start first with the sex attacker who killed Sally Ann Bowman outside her home in Croydon.
See you later.
See ya.
We showed more violence than usual in that case because there was the most extraordinary violence, and you've had the most extraordinary response, particularly since this has had so much national publicity.
Yeah, you know, we're nearly 3 months. Christmas Day is going to be 3 months to the day that Sally Ann was horrifically murdered in South Croydon. Going to be a very distressing time for the family. But nearly 3 months on, tonight, over 130 calls here at Crimewatch, a significant number back in the inquiry room as well. A lot of names have also come in tonight, a lot of names from South Croydon, and that's what I'm particularly interested in. This is a man who 4 years ago, a very strange attack, you know, a woman in a phone box, masturbates in front of her. Now, that's the sort of thing he may have talked about a number of years ago. He may have bragged about it to a friend, I don't know. He may never have been arrested by police. But if someone has heard about things like that, I need them to call us. They may be that vital clue that we're looking for.
This extraordinary behaviour that he shows, and he attacked her sexually after she was dead in Sally Ann's case. This is the sort of stuff that the family aren't going to know about, friends are probably not going to know about, but he must behave oddly. There must be something peculiar about this chap.
I think there are going to be some aspects of his nature that are strange.
Now, you've had so many calls. How soon will you be able to bottom these out and work out how many of them are leading in the right direction?
There's certain calls that have come in are obviously more important than others. Some of those are being acted on tonight, others will be acted on tomorrow. You know, there are many names that have come in this evening that will take some time to get through. They're going to be sorted. The best ones are obviously going to get done first. If people do suspect someone, call us. I can easily eliminate these names that are provided.
DNA on this. OK, we've actually had very good calls to on another case. In this case, well, a girl thinks she's getting into a minicab home just for a fiver, but the driver had other ideas.
Where are you going? I think it was just back there that we were supposed to take the turning off. Can you just stop the cab, please? If you just want to stop it, then I can climb out. We're miles away from where we're supposed to be going. Can you open the doors, please? Can you just unlock the doors, please?
Michael Bone, that driver had taken her into an ambush. Two people waiting for her, the gang raped her, she fled. Now, very difficult because there was not much to go on, but those three magical drawings that she, the victim, managed to draw herself, and that's created a big response.
Provoked a huge response. We've had over 40 calls, some of which are totally new lines of inquiry, totally unknown to us at Holborn, and some of them are very promising. There are connections with the taxi trade and indeed local connections to the area where the attack took place.
These are olive skin, she's not sure where they come from, possibly Eastern European, possibly Mediterranean, she's not sure. These calls link in with that really well, do they?
They link in terms of the attack. They're not so much as a description. A couple of them have said, I know this man because I used to get his cab, but it's more the fact they're pointing us in a certain direction, which is of interest to me as the investigating officer. That's the big point for me. There's a new direction now for the inquiry.
Thank you. Ruff.
Well, we've got some good stuff coming in on the CCTV that we showed you earlier. We've had a couple of names given for the Dutch pub armed robbers. We've also had some interesting information put forward by a police officer on that job. Now, the GBH in Farringdon, we've had a name put forward for the attacker, which the officers in particular are very interested. So stay tuned on that one. And the co-op deception, we've had lots of calls on that job, and 2 separate people have called in with the same name for that guy. So all in all, another good response.
One man is still wanted for the shooting of WPC Sharon Beshinevsky. His name is Mustaf Jammer. There's some very good information on that. Dozens of sightings all over the place, but in particular clustered in one area. I don't want to say exactly where for now. We had local council workers, bank staff who think they know who he is. We had links to particular addresses which are being followed up now. The police back in the incident room are following that up right now. Alexandre Marquez is the 61-year-old Portuguese waiter. He's missing. He's been missing for 8 weeks. He's feared murdered. DI Guy Ashley, what information have you had on this?
We've had a number of calls into the studio tonight. We've actually had a name put forward for the man seen at the CCTV.
Let's just show that man again. This is a guy who's at a cash point using Alexandre's cash point card.
That's correct.
We don't know how he got hold of it.
No, we don't. But he's using the card and he's using the PIN number. So.
And what about a sighting of the car as well?
There was
in the area at the time, wasn't it?
We've had a couple of calls in respect to the car, which we're following up to.
A red Ford Escort.
That's correct.
Distinctive red Ford Escort, red all over. Good calls on that. OK, Guy, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well, Simon Pearce got off a night bus in Catford in southeast London. He just got off the bus. He walked into two men who kicked him and punched him to death. DI Tim Grattan-Kane, you've not had a lot of calls on this, but tell us what information you've had in.
Very importantly tonight, we've had someone ring in who was on the bus and witnessed the attack taking place outside. So that's a very useful addition to our case.
Because you were appealing for witnesses tonight. Let's just show pictures again of the two men. The two men, it's quite clear they did it. They were seen at a local takeaway nearby. This is Catford in southeast London. These are the two men you're after, aren't they?
They are. They're the two men. They're seen walking slightly before the attack, eating their takeaway food.
OK, and you've had one witness come forward, but again, either you want to know who these two men are or other witnesses to the attack. It was, what, about 3:20 in the morning, wasn't it?
That's correct. There were lots of people in the area at the time. Someone else must have seen what was taking place.
They certainly must have. Tim, thanks very much.
Thank you.
This is the face of the Oxford Circus sex attacker. We showed CCTV of him earlier on, actually attacking a woman. We've had quite a few calls giving names, suggesting who he might be, including a couple from police officers. We've also had an enormous number of calls from women who believe they may have been attacked by the same man or even approached by him. As is always the case with Crimewatch, also other victims of sex attacks have come forward as well this evening. And finally, wanted to have another look at Mohammed Ahmed and Craig Blanchard, both wanted by us, still can't find them. Where are they?
Now to a rare, if not unique case, we got a New Cross in southeast London where a bus driver just finishes a night shift as ordinarily, only to begin 3 days of kidnap and torture.
Talk to me, talk to me.
Your brother better have some money, you understand? Yeah. You understand?
Someone better have some money. No, don't.
Listen to this, yeah?
You have to do this, bro. Please. No. Stop it.
Now. You hear that? Signed your brother, mate, unless you get me 150 grand. You got it?
This is DCI Sean Wanless. It was an extortion attempt. It was genuine. Now, you're absolutely convinced of that. This guy is completely innocent. You had two guys in the frame you thought had done it, and that's what you were appealing about.
That's exactly it, Nick. And first of all, I'd like to reassure the public that this is a very rare crime. This does not happen very often, and you're not going to be the victim of this type of attack. Tonight, thanks to Crimewatch, we've had some great information come in.
Really?
We've had a number of calls concerning one particular address in South London, which is known to us and which is being researched and worked on as we speak, concerning where Dwayne Callender may actually be now. We've had two further calls from police officers about Daniel Buchanan and his appearance in Southampton, where we had other information he was linked to Southampton.
I know there's a great deal more on this case and a lot more on others as well. You can find all tonight's cases if you've got any more information on our website. That's bbc.co.uk/crime. And if you've been the victim of a crime, been upset by anything you've seen tonight, you want to talk to someone about it, there's always victim support line on 0845 30 30 900.
Crimewatch is back on Tuesday, the 31st of January, 2006. From the team and all the investigating officers here, thank you for all your calls. They do make a difference.
From us, from all of us, have a wonderful Christmas and a happy crime-free New Year. Good night.
Good night.